Uh, hi.
Hey,
Hey guys.
hey
We're here.
guys.
Yeah. Hello. Hello. Can you hear us? I am watching the chat right now.
Me too. I think it sounds fine.
Oh, okay.
But do let us know if it's a bit too loud or too soft.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I mean, in terms of how both of us are speaking. So
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Hello. Hello. Okay. So yes, we're on time because we are ready. Flips here.
but
Anyway.
you ready?
Um.
We are.
皆さん準備できた okay.
Let's move
Okay.
on.
Okay. So, right. Hello, kids. So, welcome to Youtaite Resources. Today it's me and Malcolm, and
Hey.
we're going to talk about how our process for from planning to making music videos. So, this is a two-part stream. Uh, okay, thank you to those who replied. Uh, so, uh, so
This is a
the chat is delayed on my end. So, but
yeah. I'll
yeah,
let you know.
okay. But yeah. So basically, we'll be talking about our process. So for now, right now we're not gonna touch AE, but we're gonna do other things before we touch AE. So basically, this will make it easier for both the artists and the animators. So make it easier for us, please, before you give us a work. So we're gonna help you plan out your videos uh, way ahead of time, and so that you know what to prepare. Okay, so let's
Or
start.
at least
Yeah, uh,
yeah.
go ahead.
Right. Or at least just to make sure that people you're working with knows what you'll be working on.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it might be
Mm-hmm.
lost.
Yeah.
But that's the gist of this
Mm-hmm.
stream.
Mm-hmm. So this is the planning stage. One of the more exciting things, one of the most unseen things when making a video.
So exciting.
wink, wink. Anyway, uh, okay. So, first of all, who are we? Like, who are these two people talking to you right now? So first is me. Hello, I am Kenta. So I've been in the Youtaite community since 2010, and I started animating videos for the community in like around late 2010 and up until now, and I still do so. So I've done like almost a hundred animations actually related to this community. I have no idea how that happened, but that's how we are. Also, I'm a gotcha addict. Please don't be like me. Anyway, aside from that, okay. Malcolm, introduce yourself.
Yeah. So right. So I'm Malcolm. I'm just someone who's interested in motion graphics. When around 2016, I found out about Youtaite community, and then I tried working on it. Apart from motion graphics,
Mhm.
and it just became sort of practice and also more of a hobby. But in the end, I did take up on a 3-year course on and getting a diploma in motion graphics. So
Yeah.
I know how to work on it
Mhm.
professionally.
Yeah. So
Uh,
this guy is a professional guy. So be excited.
not not to say I'm perfect, but it's an experience thing.
Right.
Anyways, I'm on a hiatus from a lot of things right now because I'm in national service, but I've animated quite a few collaborations or stuff related to the
Mhm.
Youtaite community. Mm, Mostly honing my skills as I'm doing so.
And I have to agree that being a Youtaite animator really does challenge you in how you're supposed to animate stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
sometimes they're harder than a professional job. I'm
right?
just saying.
Right? I'm like, why are we not getting paid for this? But no, but it's okay.
It's
We're
all good.
Yeah, we're doing it for fun anyway. So
Yeah.
okay, so that's enough about us. So we're gonna share the first step in most animations that we do, and that is storyboarding. So, by definition, storyboarding is a visual or written interpretation of what you want to see in an audio visual presentation. So you've probably seen storyboards before. So storyboards exist in all kinds of industries, especially creative ones like movies, cartoons, anime, advertisements, and in our case, motion graphic videos. So,
Yeah.
wait, do you know any other places, Malcolm, that they use other than these?
Uh, Raid Shadow Legend.
Oh God. Wait, yeah, video game
But that's
design.
true. It's actually true.
Mm-hmm,
That's well, there are some things that you've seen and you're just like, I'm so done with looking at this advertisement, but they all have actual work put into it. And how do they even come up with these ideas? They have to brainstorm
mm-hmm,
on what is a captivating way to get your ideas.
mm-hmm.
So storyboarding is still very important in most aspects of the industries. That's why advertisements also,
Yeah. So,
use them in
yeah,
fronting.
pretty much because like I know this is a hobby for most of us, but let's make it easier for everyone since this is a group project. Let's make it, kind of there's some kind of standard that we can follow so that it's easier for everyone to understand. Okay, so next one.
Mm.
So, what is it for? So, I think everyone can agree that making if you're going to do a group project, there should be a plan. And for this kind of thing, like chorus videos, music videos, etc., there should be some kind of thing that artists, animators, mixers, the organizer, the vocalists can see. Like, yeah, that like you can do all of this just so everyone has a reference. And this is going to be important later because uh, as detailed or as not detailed as you want your storyboard to be, gonna affect how the final product is. Okay, so let's
Yeah.
first go through different ways that you can make a story. So there are written storyboards for those who don't like to draw. I'll show you an example later. Drawn storyboards, which is probably one of the most common ones. You can make it in parts. So like when we say in parts, it's like you can do a mix of both written and drawn. You can chop up your video or into different scenes and then just plan that part. You can make conceptual, so like you can make squiggles, and that's enough for us. So if anyone right now is an artist, I think if you've taken commissions before, you don't mind if the person who requests will give you just a squiggle. Just give us an idea of what you want, and yeah, that will help like tremendous. Yeah, yeah. So
And
so
that's the same thing for storyboard in
mm-hmm,
terms of video wise. We
yeah.
need something to work with, like you need something to help you understand how the video will progress after all. So
Mm-hmm,
this is the same as before you finish the video, or like a drawing
mm-hmm.
commission would show them like the plan or the sketch or the framework of how it would look, or
Yes.
at least would be laid out.
Mm-hmm. So we'll show you some examples. So okay, so tell us about this, Malcolm. This one.
Mm-hmm.
What is Eternal?
So Ethereal is actually an original music created by Foxy, somebody I worked with in the past. So this is something that Foxy came to me and he wanted to make his own original music video to go with his original music. It's a really big job. It took quite some time of planning and work. And as you can see in the storyboard, I'm not really the best artist, but the thing is, the whole idea is that you could still see that even Foxy, or the person who requested or commissioned me, could still see or roughly get how the video is going to come about.
Mm-hmm.
So this is somewhat drawn storyboard,
Mm-hmm.
and this is coming from an animator's point of view
Mm-hmm.
because they are, after all, who can show you how certain scenes should happen first,
Mm-hmm.
and then this is how they will show you how the sequence would be.
Mm-hmm. So I think we can point out the different elements already of a storyboard from here. So like there are different boxes, so they each represent like a moment in time in your video. That's why we have timestamps. Like at 104, we'll see something here. or a character here, or a transition here, and then we leave notes. So this one, for this storyboard, I believe this is more like getting approval from Foxy, right? Essentially,
Mm-hmm.
like, is this okay with you? Is it fine? So
Yeah.
let's take a look at what the final product looks like. So this is from 0 to the first part, right? So
Yeah.
okay, so let me just uh this is it. So let's put it near the storyboard.
Uh, okay. So play it. So you can see from video, the final video and the storyboard really don't exactly look the same, but the
Mhm.
core idea was still in it. And that's the important part about
Mm.
a storyboard.
Yeah. Just give them an idea. If this is what you want, then let's make it happen. Right? So this is already we're already at this part. Oh wait, we're at this part, right? I think. Yeah,
I
and then
it's,
transition to
it's not
sky.
yeah.
Here it is.
Transition to the sky.
Yeah, sea to
Yes.
sky. So we can see it here. Sea to sky. Yeah, there it is. There it is. The on the floor. When
Yeah.
life gets to you on the floor.
But the whole idea is to have the nature surround the girl.
Yeah.
So there's always something that you can't clearly tell from the storyboard, but once you communicate it to the artist or the creator, they would slowly understand, and that means that at least they will know what to start from.
Yeah. So I think that's it mostly, right? So then there's the sea. You're in a boat. That's a boat.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
that's a
boat.
boat. There it is. That's the boat part.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can
Okay.
see it's not a one-to-one
Oh no, the
interpretation, but
doggy. Doggy.
it's quite sad. But
Yeah.
yeah, feel free. We'll send the link to the original music video
Mhm.
if you like to see the whole thing.
Yeah,
But
so,
otherwise we'll start explaining a bit
mhm.
more. Yeah.
So you can see what it looks like from inception to the final product. So it's you get the concept, it's there, and then you just make it your own. So that was Malcolm's. So now this is
Mhm.
mine. So to those familiar, I actually did a video for Jubiphonic before. So her Shonen Brave was mostly like she wanted to do the song, and then I already she already had the assets ready, so I just had to plan what the storyboard would look like. So this is like I tried to be like as exact as possible, based on so like left to right going here, and it's like 3 pages of just everything that's gonna happen in the video. So you can make a template like this and then just fill it with sketches. So I can draw, so it's just something that I can put together. So
Mhm.
I'll show you, for example, the first part. So this is the first part. Let me just. So we're here. Mhm. Then the hands. And
Shivering up and down and couldn't do things. Why am I so afraid of being left behind? Sometimes I think that bravery just doesn't like me.
and then next we also have a dog.
Right.
It's the
There's a
same.
running
It's the
theme here.
same breed. It's the same breed of dog.
Oh no, golden retriever. Right?
Yeah. Oh, so for example, so I think we got a question. So from Filming's question, do you timestamp storyboards? You can. Like, if you're not the one animating, I feel like that's important. Right, right, Malcolm? Because like, if
Yeah,
we're the ones animating, we can determine it. But
yeah,
if
of
you're
course, of course.
if you're the organizer and you want to like dictate it to us, give us the timestamp.
Yeah. I think that kind of situation appears if it's very specific to
Yeah.
how the artist has what the artist has in mind, or whoever commissioned you, that is.
Yes, yes, it
So
really depends.
make sure that they also communicate to you as well, because you are working together after all.
And then we're here, and then the rotating scissors. And I think we're at the text part. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, so basically that's like that. So this, for mine, it's like more detailed, I think, because it's like step by step. Because I just
Yeah.
wanted to get their approval. Because this was commission work. So once the organizer is like, okay, go with that, then we go with that. So
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. So those are samples of John storyboards. So when we get to doing our own storyboarding today, we'll show you how we go with written, and what parts of it do you need in order to write a written story. Okay, so this is just a link again to the actual video. Okay, so let's get to the logistics. Like I can hear Mochi groaning somewhere. Because like logistics. Anyway, so before we make a video, there's a lot of stuff we need to prepare from our side. Okay, so first of all, one, scripts or lyrics. So we can't really start the video if we have no idea what's in the song, I guess. If it's an instrumental song, sure, go ahead. But if there's like it's a chorus battle, it's a music video, please give us the entire lyrics you're gonna use. So what's the point of that? It's useful for timing. Like for me, my process is that I get the lyrics and then I put the MP3 and the lyrics and then time it on a black screen. That way it's easy to time it without having to preview the video. So I do that. That's my process. Like how do you time your subtitles, for example, Malcolm? Do you do it after the animation is done, or do you do it before?
It's usually a secondary thing
Ah,
for me,
okay.
but if I do need to, then it would just mm, After Effects space playback, and time
Yeah,
it,
yeah. So
just make sure it's just in time.
and I think we have another question. Like for example, if the song has no lyrics, and then you're gonna have to, I mean, you're gonna have to know the timing. So the storyboard is so important then because you need like timestamps. You definitely need the timestamps at that point. Oh God.
The things to add on, I think in context to what he mentioned, I believe he means more towards my field where background animations are
Mm,
a bit less lyrical per
yeah,
se.
yeah.
In that situation, you can actually opt for asking the artist for an somewhat interpretation of the song that they made,
Hmm.
because there has to be something that made them want to uh, attempt to make this kind of songs, right? So
Yeah,
maybe they have a story, maybe they want a practice in a certain type of genre, anything to work from.
yeah. So it's I think it's really up to you how you would animate instrumental parts or if the entire song is instrumental. Most of the time we get requests where it's just one image, one static image. Like we've received that kind of request, and it's just put in lyrics. That's it. And I don't think you
Yeah.
need a storyboard for that, but if like there's changes to the song, like it changes from one static image to another, then just tell us at what point, right? I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So that's one way to describe it, I think. Okay, so next is translation. So if your song has lyrics in a foreign language, for example, and we don't know what it means, then we appreciate if you could provide translation. So for some of us, we would like the visuals to reflect what the song is like, what at what point of the song is singing, right? So it's like uh because sometimes when you listen to a music video, what they're saying on screen may not always reflect what's being shown, and it's kind of like jarring unless that's what your song is about, I guess. Some artists do that, I think. Do you know like that happens, right, Malcolm? Like it's sometimes the lyrics are the opposite of the visuals, like on the mood, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it all becomes up to the interpretation after
Hmm.
all, but that's when maybe the artist has a specific concept in mind that they want you to implement it as they attempt to
Uh-huh. So
present it. Yeah.
yeah, so basically what we're asking for is something like this. So like this. So this song, we'll discuss it later. So when we receive a song or a chorus or whatever, we usually prepare it beforehand, like asking for a script. And you've seen scripts like this. You just have this one Google Doc, and then there's like Japanese with the kanji and the romaji, so that I think not every one of us who animates can understand Japanese. So it really helps. Like some of us can't read this. Like I can read it, but and I know not everyone can.
Yeah.
But so like the timing and what they mean, so that we know how to animate it or use what transitions or whatever, just to represent the song. So this is important. Google Docs is your friend, and I think if you've been in chorus battles before or in a chorus, you're familiar with the Google Doc script by now, I think. Okay,
That's
so
quite common.
yeah, it's there for a reason. Okay, so something like that. So that document is what we're expecting. Time. Okay, next, music progression. So you can't expect us to animate something if we don't have a reference MP3. Generally speaking, so it can be if it's a Vocaloid song, we might reference the original PV. If it's a cover, a specific cover of a song, we might ask for the cover, MP3 of the cover. If it's a chorus, and you have like a trial mix already, then yeah, please give it to us. Because like in some choruses, suddenly there's someone who's doing a solo uh, harmony somewhere that's not in the original, and that needs to be animated, so we need to know. All of these things, we need to know.
Yeah.
As many details as possible. So they another reason is that we need to know the tempo of the song, because I think that also depends on our style of animating as well. Because like I dislike fast songs. It's not my thing. But wait, would you what kind of tempo would you do you like animating, Malcolm?
Um, I actually like things to be slow so that they help to um, because I love making music videos that makes people feel goosebumps,
Mm,
and I think that kind of video usually comes in like an epic ballet of some sort, and
mm.
usually are slow.
Okay.
But of course, there are fast songs that I do prefer in somewhat sharing that goosebump experience as well.
I agree.
Regardless,
I agree.
yeah, regardless, it's just to have that purpose in mind for me. That is to help make people feel like either the music and the singing and the video itself is like connected and
Exciting.
really
Yeah.
well and exciting, of course.
Mhm.
while it can be slow, it can still look amazing while
Mhm.
it's slow. So that is something I believe you should understand as well. Yeah.
Okay. So there's another reason that we ask for the music, and that's basically so some of us, some animators, actually have a weird thing where when we listen to music, we imagine how we're gonna animate it. They're basically hallucinations. We're hallucinating because we're that masochistic at this point. So like, oh, it's a new song from 40MP. How do I animate this? Basically.
It's actually a scientific phenomenon. It's like how
Oh my god.
a certain sense, how to say, evokes another sense of yourself.
Oh my god.
Not like by yourself, but like
Like I
so
can
like
hear
all,
this and it's helpful. But then yeah. So please, before you ask, please prepare uh, a reference because we can't animate to silence.
yeah, it's possible, but not really the point of this video after all,
Yeah.
because this is related to the community of people who likes to cover Japanese songs.
Yeah.
So
So it's fine.
yeah.
Okay, next is the mood or the theme. So when we ask usually what do we mean by theme? Is it going to be a depressing looking video? Like it could be a depressing song, but it's a cheerful video. We've seen Vocaloid songs like that. It's like they sound so happy, but then when you look at the lyrics and the video, it's like, why is someone getting guillotined? Uh,
Oh
like,
no.
oh no. Oh. Oh god. Who is that? Maybe like oh god, the Tower of I comes to mind when I think about
Right.
it. It's like oh wow, the neoclassical. This is gonna be epic, and then ooh oh no.
So yeah, that's why we need this somewhat of direction.
So
It kind of applies to what I mentioned about how it would be great to have a description of the songs, like what made this
yeah
song.
yeah.
So this kind of applies as well.
So how do you want to make your viewer feel? Next, is your song not original? If it's not original, then usually there's a reference. It could be another music video. It could be uh, someone else's video. So, if it's a cover, does the song have an original PV? And then what elements from it can we reference? So, like, maybe it's we have an example in the next slide. So, what elements from it can you probably copy just so that you know it's the same song that we're singing? So, I'd like to again mention. So, this is applies for artists too. There is a fine line between reference and plagiarizing. So, like, for example, if someone else makes a video of their own ideas, and then you make another video using that person's ideas, like 100%, like 90%, it's like every even the visual cues look the same, then it's kind of awkward, I think. I think that's really awkward. I mean, we can't do anything about it, but it's really awkward. So just be careful when you're doing that. So here's an example. So this is from 2013, I think. So I did a chorus video of Shiryoku Kensa uh, for someone's birthday. And basically, in this case, Shiryoku Kensa original video had like the grid in the background, the moving circles, the black lines, the you see the border. The border is like black and then kind of torn apart like paper, and then the moving pointy hands. So those were elements from the original PV from 40MP. We just had to like oh we can use these parts, and you can tell from the screenshot oh this is a Shiryoku Kensa.
Hmm.
So it's like maybe you can ask the artist to do those things. Like hey, we're gonna do a cover of, for example, Tower of I. Like if you're gonna do a Tower of I cover, do you need an altar? Do you need someone burning? Do you need blood? Do you need a reference video? Okay.
Regardless of how it is, you just want to make sure that the feeling of that song that originally was made the way it is to somewhat be brought upon on how your animation would go about. Because remember, this is still your own personal spin
Yeah.
on the same song.
Yeah.
Just that you have like a group covering it instead.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. So basically, Hal has a point. Like when you do plan for a video, try to keep it within your means. Like what you can do, and if there's time, if there's no probably deadline, then maybe you can stretch it a bit more. But yeah, there is a thing as being too ambitious when you're making. And I know we don't all have the free time to do those kinds of videos. So just see what you can cut. See what you can cut.
Yeah.
Right. So that applies to the next point, which is time management. So I think Ryu mentioned that you put too much stuff when you're planning, and you ask for too many assets. But is it physically possible for you and the artists to finish everything you? Because if it's not, like you can tell them that, can you actually do what you promised? Because we've seen so much drama in the past 10 years. Like, dude, it's been 10 years. Like, we see this every year. There's like drama about someone not finishing the video because I can't do it. But what could we have done to avoid this? So there are many factors as to why a video cannot be finished. But from our side, let's just be prepared and, try to learn our limitations as animators, as artists, as vocalists. Yeah, so yeah, basically, so for those who are having a hard time following their own deadlines, I feel like you need to look more into and see and practice a bit more to see what your actual work time is. Like I know not everyone can do it fast or do it in a way that they want to, but sometimes you have to cut corners. Like for me, my personal philosophy for this is that I just need to finish the video like completely. If it doesn't look as great yet, but at least it's like it can be played from start to finish as soon as possible, and then make it pretty after. Some people, I think, would prefer doing it scene by scene, but they never get to finish it. So that really depends on how you work. Yeah, it's hard to know when to stop. So Phil has a point, actually. Uh, in chorus battles, I feel like we don't have that kind of uh, you know, benefit to have as much time. Yeah, it really it's more of knowing yourself, I think. The more you do this, the more you learn, the more shortcuts you get to try. And I feel like Malcolm will be able to share a lot of shortcuts in his own part of the stream. But yeah, it's more of getting used to. And what you can do to cheat. You don't have to use the really hard plugin. You can just do something easier to make it work.
There's a lot of cheats,
There's
yes.
a
I
lot of
mean,
cheats.
you have to work within the deadline, and by instincts or gut, you kind of want to find a way that makes the video render faster and to get the desired result. Sometimes it won't look as authentic or as great as you would imagine, but I believe that finishing or like the look of the video in the end could still be altered in such a way that makes it look decently enough for a full blown music video. So, manage your expectation
Yeah.
and make sure that you can still deliver what you promise in the end.
Hmm.
Because even if you can't make it perfectly good on that certain section, you need to know that you still have a deadline to work towards too.
Okay, so I do have an answer to. There's one question here that I can answer right now. It's that what do you guys do when other staff get their work done late? So there's actually workarounds for this. If art is late, use sketches or use placeholder and then replace it later. You can do that in AE. The replace function is very good. So composition and then replace function. So we can talk about that in the next part. But yeah, that's easy. For the mix, just go with the original PV thing. What's important for the animator, like for me at least, get the video done. And then just replace everything that needs to be replaced after. As
Yeah.
long as I follow my deadlines.
Yes.
Okay.
You do more of the manual work first. And if the art is late, then at least try to have animation done to the way as you could imagine how the art would be used first.
Mm-hmm.
You can tune how the art looks according to a scene later.
Yeah.
When you're finishing it up. But for now, you still need to have the framework or
Mhm.
like the
Get the framework
bones,
done. Foundation.
yes,
Foundation should be done.
foundation.
Because once foundation
So
is done, replace it.
yes, that's how it should work.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of similar to how in an actual setting, instead of using a fully properly noiseless or like perfectly fine 3D rendered video to start with or show a test on, what they would do to at least still show the progress is that they either use the non-rendered version. So
Mhm.
in terms of AE, it'll be like a very draft looking version of the same video.
Yeah.
Or it could just be a low quality version, like maybe downsize your video output to 640 times 360 instead.
Oh yeah.
Basically lowering the quality.
Yeah, so
instead.
we can talk about the weird thing that YouTube does with our 1080p videos when we get to that part.
In the part 2, yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to. You don't actually need to do that. We just do that because it's kind of like, because it's bragging rights. I think it's more bragging rights. Yeah,
Azumi
yeah,
came out with a good point.
yeah. I prioritize framework. I need to make it done because, like for me, I'm slow at making it in parts. I just want to make it as a whole, finish everything, and then replace it later. That's much easier for me.
For me, depending on whether the art is finished or not, if it's a placeholder, I would prioritize framework
Mhm.
and maybe just focus a bit on how it would still look roughly. But if the art is fully done, I would prefer to find a good frame
Ah.
that I want to make it really, really good for that frame.
Mhm.
And then proceed to, after it's done, then you just adjust it in such a way that it can be how it looks like for the rest of that part of the video.
Yeah. So if you've seen Malcolm's animations, every frame is exquisite. So go see his stuff.
You're selling too much about my work.
No, no,
But,
it's true.
Yeah, I do
It is true.
really take time to make it look good. So
Okay, so now we'll go with Malcolm for this one. So, as an animator, what are your expectations when you so for example, you're in a collab, imagining you're collabing right now. What do you expect from the organizers, everyone else? So, from the screen basically, it's
yes,
the artworks, if possible, what effects are expected. Like I think some people don't really ask us for what effects we're gonna use, right? But some do, I think. Like
maybe not effects,
But
but
yeah.
still show you like the scenario that they want to make it happen in that time.
Yeah.
So like maybe they want stars or like a space scene in that time.
Like
I'm looking at you.
yeah.
How many times you made me make a space related scene? But
Yeah.
yeah.
You always get no. I always give you this face related. because yeah. It depends on our skills, I think.
Yes. But of course, that's still secondary. There's always a workaround to how you can make the same thing look as decent.
Mm-hmm.
So, not a must that you need to know the effects, but your organizers do need to know what is your how to say, what their expectation of you after all, because you will be the one making the video. So you would realize that you need assets like full body artworks, maybe background art or whatever to make it work properly.
Yeah.
But some animators like me, I try to generate background art using some animation magic, AE stuff. It's lots of 2D layers in 3D space, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So whether puppeting is expected is also
Okay.
consideration in
Yeah.
creator side.
So
But
we'll
I
get
think,
to that.
but I think artists in general are also getting more requests to puppet. So
Mhm.
we'll talk about. But otherwise, these are my expectations. This is from the artist after all, or organizer in general. But if you're coming from something that really has no foundation, at least, then it would be great if you could get the organizer to show, or at least tell you a direction to which the music video can go towards. It can be a simple description. It can be like horror meets cute, or like let's say high school situation gone bad, like creepy. I don't know. So simple words like just a description of how the video should be can really help us to formulate or like think of some interesting ideas that we will eventually show you in the draft.
Yeah.
Of
Okay.
course, the whole point of storyboarding is to have specific things to happen, and
Mhm.
that is based on everyone's collaboration with each other.
Yeah, so it's like we really need to communicate, guys. I think that's the big thing here. So next, let's see. Oh, artist expectations. So to some who are not aware, I also do art as well for some videos. So it's like, what do you want from me? It's like when you hire an artist, we also need to know when we talk to the animator or the organizer, like one, what kind of artwork are you expecting? Is there a specific resolution? Is there a preferred size? Is there a file type that you're looking for? So, will we use puppeting? So, to those who are not aware, if you've seen moving hair, puppeting. Moving hair is puppeting. And depending on how you're gonna puppet your character, you're either gonna make them bald or chop them up. So let me show you. So this is an example of something that I needed to puppet. So this is the actual character, and then for puppeting, I needed to cut them up into different pieces. So basically, guys, this is don't do this to an actual person. Do it for an artwork. Okay, so
Yeah, of course.
so yeah, so it's like we need to cut up our artwork, and that takes more effort for the yeah, character abuse in the name of art. You are absolutely
Regardless, there are definitely different ways to do or come up with a similar effect, but I can cover that on how I would go about doing this in my part of the video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically, Ryu. I can't say that word on stream, but yeah, Ryu has the right point. Okay, and of course, when we're drawing, we need to know: are there variations? Is there a part where the character will have like a scary face, change in mood, or a change in position, change in costumes? So getting all these set up is like baseline. This is important for everyone involved in making a video. Like for the animator, we're already aware that they need all the assets as soon as possible. For the artist, we need to know what assets like what do you want from us? And then next for artists, okay. So background artwork. So some people actually commission people to make background. So background artwork is not easy. I'm gonna tell you that now. It takes a lot of time, but I think it's kind of worth it if you manage to make one. So wait, let me show you. So for example, like when you say how many backgrounds, how many like locations, or how big do you need the background to be? Or like, is this going to be zoomed in? Because I kind of want to make it more detailed if it's going to be zoomed in. And is it separated or merged? Right? So it's going to be a big issue. So wait, let me just show you something. So I can show you an example. I forgot to.
Oh, before,
All
right,
right, go ahead.
before you went on to the puppeting thing, I forgot to mention.
Hmm.
Some people work with a format called Photoshop document,
Oh, right.
so that will put all the layers in one file. So if you don't want to do it in the way that Kenta did, where it's separated per picture, most After Effects, animators who use After Effects support Photoshop as well. So you can separate the layers in that one Photoshop file and just give it to the animator.
Oh yeah. So basically, uh, we can play with a lot of different kinds of files, and basically we just let you know what kind of files we're expecting. Uh, in that case, PSDs, yeah, we can use PSD because it's AE after all. We're using After
Yes.
Effects. It should be able to support. And thankfully,
Yes.
CSP supports saving in the PSD, so I am safe. I can use that. I am still because it's kind of big. Okay, so while we're waiting for that, let's go to the next part. Props. So some of you guys use items in your animations. So like, what kind of props do you need? Do you need a sword? Are you gonna use that sword for something in the video? Like that's the best way to reference it in a storyboard. Yeah. Okay. So, oh, that the background, the fake 3D background. Yeah. Okay. So I think we will do that in part two, right? I think you can try doing that, Malcolm, for the next one.
We can, yeah.
Yeah, we can.
We'll keep that in mind for the next stream, but I'll let him know through the chat a
Mhm.
rough description for
Yeah,
that.
okay. So go and share with that. So let me just share first. Are you open? God, it's it's big because it's big. Okay, so soon.
We'll just move on first, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, I think it's almost there. Almost there. Somebody, CSP, open up. Oh, okay. Here we go. So this is an example of a background for something that I cannot say, but you may have an idea what this is for. But uh, so I did this kind of background, and generally speaking, the animator asked me to keep it in parts. So for example, I can turn off this layer, and you can set it up this way. Like I let them handle all the other parts. So sometimes we ask them like, do you need it as a flat like this? Because for this kind of background, there's like two layers: the foreground, and the background. And that won't, the cheat in AE for making it 3D is not gonna work for this because one is like really far in front of you, and the other is really far in the back. So we really have to make this like, so you can also remove the stairwell area. You can remove the floor. Where is the chandelier? Oh yeah, the chandelier is over here. Okay, so that kind of thing, and I just give the PSD to the animator because they can extract it, and that's good.
Yeah.
Uh, if the animator can't do that, you have to do it as the artist. So yeah, so I've been doing a lot of backgrounds. So anyway, those are the kinds of things that we need to know. And most of the time, when you're in a chorus battle or in a chorus group, there is a different artist for backgrounds. Like I would not recommend one artist do everything. Please don't. We don't want to die early. Yeah. Okay. So that's mostly it for the expectations. As long
Mm.
as since this is a artist and animator technically stream, uh this is what I'm expecting from Malcolm. Like what do I need to give you? And what Malcolm expects from me. So I need you to finish this and you finish that. And then can we not do this? Can we not do that? Okay. So let's go to the next slide. Okay, so this is how we split storyboarding for a music. Uh, so the song can come in many different parts. So if you've animated for a chorus before, you're familiar with these segments. By now, the intro, the title screen, the verse parts, the chorus part, the bridge, and the instrument. If you don't have time, usually we just make these 6 things and then copy paste them. This is the fastest way you can do it. Just make these 6 things and then copy paste everything. It's verse 1. Let's copy what verse 1 did and copy it to verse 2 and then make it slightly different. That's one shortcut for you, but this is how we usually like split it up. Because you see those kinds of uh these part you always see this in music videos. Like uh especially in the scripts.
Yeah. But
So
just remember,
hmm,
because not every music has the same kind of
yeah.
structure.
Yeah.
Just make sure it's all like you need this to be somewhat different compared to the other parts, or whether these two parts can be somewhat similar.
Mhm.
You probably can identify that, and that would make your job easier too,
Mhm.
because you know assets regarding this section of the video is reusable, but it doesn't mean it has to look the same after all.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's really up to the script as well. Like some scripts are drastically different. Like in verse 1, it's scripted way different from verse 2. And some organizers do that. So you have to make a new one, basically. If it's that different. If it's the same structure, like 2-1-2, for example, so 2 duet, solo, duet, and then the next one is duet, solo, duet, then you can just copy paste. Like it's faster. So get those shortcuts ready, guys, because this makes it faster for everyone. Okay. Okay. So let us start. So the whole point of this stream is that we are going to make a TV size video. By the end of both streams, essentially, we'll have. So for this one, we're gonna plan on the assets for the video, and then the next stream we're gonna put them all together. And that's
and
where
also
go ahead.
yeah, and it'll well come in and also teach you a bit more of the technical aspect of creating or animating a music video. So stay tuned to that. But
Okay.
for now, we'll be storyboarding a section of the music actually.
Uh-huh. So let us see what are we animating. We are going to try animating a music video for
So a bit of backstory: Milgram is a new music project created by Deco 27, and currently they have just recently released the second song.
Mhm. So the plan here is that someone is gonna do a short cover for this, and we're gonna make our own video patterned after this.
It is a TV size, so
Yeah,
it
so it's
won't
TV
be the
size.
full video, but it is for for people who have tuned into the stream
Mhm.
to at least feel the depth of what it goes into creating a music video.
So in this case, we have a reference PV, so we know what to expect. So we're going with this visual. Yeah.
So at least we have something to work with. Yeah.
So okay, so as animators, we notice a lot of things, I guess you could say. So we look at the scope right now is up until this part, I think. Yeah, this part. Right? This is the TV
Yeah.
size, so we're up until here. So we noticed
And
that
a bit of the ending. Yeah.
yeah, so there's a lot of there's the white area. It's mostly red. The main colors are red. It's gonna be uh and then we have prison theme. Well, not really prison, more like this. They kind of look like they're straight jackets.
Regardless, it is a prison
Yeah,
per
it is a
se.
prison, but yeah, their uniforms are kind of cool. Guys, this is going to be the
That
next Kagero project. You know it. Know it.
this is definitely the next current project. Regardless, it is a music, and while you can go and reference it one to one,
Mm-hmm.
we can spin it a bit differently to how you want your cover to be.
Mm-hmm. So
So just keep in mind the translation and the music and the lyrics somehow still make sense.
okay.
Yeah.
So let's start by introducing you to a place that we like to try. So I'd like to introduce you guys to. Oh my god, you actually do that. So this is what we call Aggie.io. Aggie.io is a collaborative drawing program. So since me and Malcolm can draw to an extent, we're going to do
Uh,
start storyboarding. So he's gonna give me ideas for his song, basically, and what
uh,
to expect.
yeah, currently the storyboard was already shown a bit.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to only focus on the chorus this time,
Mm,
just for the purposes of this stream,
mm-hmm.
because I don't think you can finish a whole storyboard
Yeah, we
like
can't
that.
finish a whole storyboard. We're gonna take hours for this.
It may be a TV sized, but it's still quite a bit of work. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. So let's
and
reference back. This is the TV. So what I showed you is a TV size lyrics for Undercover. This song. So this is an art jam. Okay, so you has the idea. It is an art jam. This is definitely.
in
So
a way, yeah.
we can see the different parts here already. So the verse part, most likely before this, there's the title, instrumental title, first verse, instrumental break, second verse area, then the chorus area. So okay, so we're gonna focus on the chorus area, and as you can see from the original video, the chorus area is this part. I believe it's this part, right?
Yeah, it's the one with the characters zooming across the screen.
Yeah.
It's also the perfect scene to help show what technicalities you need probably want to learn in creating a music video. So
Yes.
this will be very helpful. Yes. Of
So
course, it won't be a one-to-one thing, but
mhm.
it will still be slightly different.
Okay, so all right, so now that we have okay, I have an idea now. So I'm gonna be the artist for this video. So essentially, I'm gonna ask him, what do you want me to draw from this part? Really? What? So I can see the floor, I can see the buildings in the back, and I can see this like dome thing. Right? Okay, so the
Yeah.
dome thingy. So from the background itself. So let's ask about the background first. What do you need me to draw?
The background currently, I believe we should have something of an evil feeling,
Hmm.
while a second background would be more of the normal, average kind of feeling. Because I think the song has a lot of play in terms of being in the surface and being undercover. Haha, wordplay. And there's also like underlying ideas of ego and being yourself, So one thing is that I believe there are some. I think I can work on the background a bit, but I will need some elements like a cloud, transparent cloud to work with, and
Transparent
also
cloud, like a
yes,
actual cloud. You mean?
uh, like a natural cloud, yeah. But the whole point was to set up a scene. Let me draw real quick.
Okay. Uh.
Hold on.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
Oh,
I made the
left.
box, so feel free to use the box if you want.
Okay, sure thing. So could have like the clouds. That's not okay. Wait a minute. That does not look like a cloud. Okay, that looks like a cloud now.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
cloud, and they have a jail looking like thing, and I believe it's actually like referencing a birdcage. So
Yeah. Okay.
it's kind of like jailbreaks Neru's jailbreak in a way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And basically, I'd like to have at least 2 characters. We'll be reusing some of the assets from the rest of the storyboard as well, but not we'll just let you know.
Oh,
We'll have one character that's doing an average thing, so maybe just a simple
so
pose.
yeah. So give me a stick figure. I don't mind.
Yes, as you can see, I can't draw, but
It's
it can
cute.
still show like
Oh god.
uh
How wide
oh
are
no,
his legs?
yes so
Okay.
he has like crossed up arm, I guess. Defensive. Oh no, that's so bad. But you get what I mean, right?
Okay, wait. Let me try it. Let me try it. Give me a moment.
I'm
give,
really bad.
no, no, no,
But
no. No, this I am fine with that. So,
but this is why an artist and animator can communicate after all. Yeah, should communicate anyways.
oh wait, yeah, okay. Question, Bara.
Not really important for now.
Okay. I'll adjust it.
Just maybe don't have to be Bara. Just can be a normal shonen-ish looking person.
How about the legs? I feel like I'm not understanding the leg a
Oh,
bit. Should it
let's
be
see.
just standing?
Let's see. He's a bit floaty,
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
something like that, as though he's about to touch the ground.
Are the feet like going like that?
Yeah, like that are pointed a bit down.
Okay, okay, okay. Something like this, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, right, right. Facing where? Like this way?
Uh, let's see.
Facing camera?
Camera, but it's a bit sided like this.
Okay,
There's
okay,
a
okay.
direction.
No, eyes pointing camera.
Eyes come pointing to camera. Yes.
Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Something like that. Yeah, the stickmans are indeed.
Hell yeah! I'm so good at drawing. Not really.
No, but like guys, it's okay if you can't draw, but if you can give us stickmen to give us an idea, we can totally work with it. That's fine.
Yes, that's the whole point of a good collaboration after all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Like
no!
yeah. Oh, like
And it goes.
it's especially if you're like if this is an original PV. Like it's not the same as like asking for a like. I think if you've been in a chorus, you just need to give a pose, and then the artist will just draw that pose. But so that's pretty simple. It's hands off. But for this one, this is a PV, so we need to know what the vision of the person asking your help for wants to see. So it's definitely more detailed compared to just the hands off. Fill in this form, and then I'll draw it for your chorus thing. Basically.
But of course, if you could also send a picture reference if
Mm.
you're a bit self-conscious
Yeah, we
or
can. Yeah,
whatever.
we can go with that.
Yeah, but just remember to try to explain as much as you can on how the post would be, because it is a bit hard to work with. Because it is a photo reference, and usually that does not come exactly as how the person wanted it, but rather just a reference to how it looks.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this is the first pose that you want. What about the second?
Yeah. So I want the other post to be a bit more aggressive, cause ego and bad and etc. etc. But maybe let's see, something like let's see.
Oh, is he on the floor, like kind of like lying on the
His
floor, or is he just floating?
also floating, because the scene in that
Oh, right,
3D
right,
area
right.
is like very float, like
Oh, like
how to
the.
say, it was very, how to say, it was very floaty ish, and it was like enduring action kind of thing.
Okay, I see.
So this is how I would envision the other post be. Yeah.
All right, so let's try and give it. Oh, wait, let me
Oh,
just make a new layer. I think you removed it.
yeah. I made a new layer to work with. Yeah.
Oh God. There he is. Okay, there he is.
Like hmm.
I
Basically, his arms are like Wolverine-ish. You know, like when Wolverine extends the titanium
oh, okay, okay,
claws,
I get it.
he has that, yeah, that uh pointed claw look. Yes.
I can't draw as detailed because I think there's latency issues with this app, but yeah.
No worries. So we still get the idea across.
Well, I feel like he's gonna wrestle someone.
Yes, yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay,
I
okay,
mean,
I get
if
it.
you have that feeling, then yeah, sure. The whole idea is to have a pose that's a bit more normal, and the other one to be a bit more of his double-sided character, or like the eviler side of him, maybe.
Wait, since this is a song about like someone's sin, what is your character?
Uh,
Does it relate to
I
this
haven't
pose?
finished my animation yet.
Mm.
That is my.
Ooh, so it's a surprise. Okay, okay, fine. I'll just go with whatever. Yes. Okay.
I'm going with the feeling right now. I don't know about the full lore about it.
Give me lore
I'm just
after this, okay?
yeah, sure.
So something like this, I guess.
Yeah, it's looking pretty cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. Then I can go with that. Yeah. Ooh,
Okay,
nice,
so
nice, nice, nice.
I think the wind direction would be
Oh yeah,
here.
wind. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I see that. Oh, it's like slightly going that way.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
And then for this, would be more relaxed-ish.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's a bit
Some
weird, but
some wind, but not
very
too
slight
much.
wind, yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. I get it. I get it. All right. So I think I know what you're planning. Let me just put the wind thing. Probably. Okay. Right. And the outfit. Okay, that's the important one. What of the outfit? Is it the
Uh,
same?
for the purposes of the stream, let's just make the average post be my typical normal outfit. And for the ego post, we could give it the Milgram jail looking outfit that they have. So there's like harnesses.
Oh yeah, bondage gear. Got it.
Ah, we are not allowed to say that on No, no, really.
Yes, we
I'm
can.
not sure. Yeah.
It's a safe word. Anyway, yeah, so whatever.
Regardless, it is a reference to
Yeah.
Milgram after all, so it
Yeah,
should be.
it is. They are living in bondage for the crimes that they commit. That's what it means.
This is not a PG stream, guys.
What? No, that's no. Stop thinking it's the other meaning of the word.
All right, okay.
It's not
all
that.
right. Maybe it's me.
Oh my god, get cultured, please.
Regardless, this is just the fun part of being able to collab and talk about the
Yeah,
ideas.
yeah, pretty much.
Just talk about something funny. That means that you've eliminated something that you try not to work towards. Otherwise, people find it funny.
Mhm. Oh, so
That's
for
alright.
the cloud thing, like, so from the original video, is it this one? This part? You mean?
I'm thinking of less about how the video actually looks and how I would like to interpret it into my
Oh, but
interpretation.
when you say like clouds like this, you mean like one whole like PNG of a cloud? This from
No.
two separate
have
ones?
like variation
Ah,
of
okay.
how. So maybe like
Mm.
2 variations.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, I get it. Let's see. Something like cloud. Okay, so more technical question. Cumulonimbus or stratus?
The what? Cumulonimbus is looking like
These are important. These are important details.
what? Cumulonimbus.
I feel like these are stratus clouds because they're like long.
Cloud.
Yeah, long-ish. So yeah, because yeah, when you say clouds, it can be different clouds. Oh, does it have to be gray? Like gray, dark.
Just make it white, like a
Oh, okay.
typical cloud.
Okay.
There'll be some animation magic as per usual.
Okay. So I'll let you handle that. So this is important, guys. So don't just assume that the animator can't do color correction. So
We can.
they can. So it's important to ask them what they need. Yeah.
So something more like Stratus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's like
Stratus.
long, wispy kind of clouds. Yeah.
Who said you're animating a music video? We're here to teach you about different types of clouds.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we're teaching about different types.
But anyways, I move on. So these are the poses I have in mind because for one thing, they can be repurposed into having a cool shot of like one is black and one is the original colors.
Mhm.
So it can be like referencing like who is the one that's taking over at the moment of the video, etc. etc.
Ooh. Oh. Oh. Do you have variation for the pose, or is it just one image?
I believe both do not require variation.
Okay, so
Oh,
just by
How
themselves.
about this? One variation.
Uh-huh.
I like to have let's say what was it called? Like a silhouetted version of the same thing, but the headband is colored red
Okay.
on both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the idea I had in mind throughout the music video that was done in the storyboard that was shown just now was
Mhm.
that I would be using silhouettes of my character instead of having my character drawn in every possible pose ever.
Okay. Okay.
So it's kind of just a consideration on my side that you to help the artist work towards a more plausible goal.
Okay.
After all, you can't expect them to draw like 10 million poses in
Yeah.
one, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's consideration as well.
So let us go to the actual storyboard, because like I think we showed you an example, but let's see what Malcolm plans for the video. So this is an example of one you can like you don't need to draw it on online or whatever. You can draw it on paper, take a picture, and then give it to us. That's fine. It still
Yeah.
gives you an idea. So can you go and explain this to us if you want? How do you plan to animate this?
So
What do these
I think
mean?
the intro is quite similar to the original because it is their project. So I would like to respect that and show that anyway.
Mhm.
And then for the second part, you see that I've tried to separate them into foreground and background. So
Mm.
background would be similar to how the dark red sun scene would look. And then the foreground would be like the police tape keep out lines
Okay.
that out.
Okay.
So the
Ah.
camera will be moving through those police tape and then slowly zoom up to the silhouette that's on the second 2.2
Oh,
area
okay.
part. There'll be like a green or whatever, like a red silhouetted green.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh,
it's
God.
also kind of a short reference to like streaming hard if you know Deco 27.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. Oh,
So this
and
channel-
we'd like to explain certain elements of this later, probably. So okay. So number 3. So what is this box for? Okay.
Like the whole box, or you mean the small box? Because the stream is still dealing with it. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you call this?
Currently, the one that is done in blue, well, the darker ink that is, or pen, is the part where I would show how the video is currently looking at. So I was thinking that while the title is currently being shown in the front, it would still be panning over the background that has like police tape and chains going on in the background. Can be going up, can be going down. But the whole point was to have this as the background with the title and the so-called intro sequence.
Yes. So to those who are not familiar, so basically when we make a scene in a storyboard, we have like different conventions that we follow. So in this case, you see this inked rectangle. That's currently what the camera sees. So what you see. And then the arrow is basically saying, I am going to slowly move the camera down here to this direction, and this is the background. This is the whole picture. So as an artist, I can see this as like, oh, so the background has to be this kind of aspect ratio for you to scroll down. So like we have to make a large rectangle for a background. If for example this is a drawn background, we need to make it big enough like this, so that the animator can pan down to make it possible.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So here for the grin as well. So basically you can see there is like a scrolling up. You see the arrow here? So the arrow here is saying from the camera will start here and then will slowly go up to see the face. So as an artist, I can see that. So I don't need to draw the eyes. Is that correct?
You don't have to, yeah.
Yeah,
It'll be
so-
cut off from that.
Yeah. So basically, you just need to draw the most important parts are the nose, the mouth, and maybe part of the neck, and that's it.
This would be a black silhouette after
Yeah.
all, but the only part that would be in red would be the teeth that's in the lip.
Yeah,
Mouth.
the teeth is the most important. Make it shiny. Shiny.
I mean, it's just red.
Yeah, it's just red.
That's what I had in mind, anyways. Yeah.
Okay, so
And moving on,
Hmm.
it'll be so actually 3 and 2 they don't look like chronologically correct, but that's why I numbered them. So after the title appears, the credits or whatever, it will be 4, which is verse 1 of the first line. So,
so
what
here
I
it
had
is.
in mind is that for each of the lines of the verse 1, they are actually trying to reference the different characters in the project. So what I would be doing is to have like a format for how each character, also called a scenario for my character, would look roughly. So I've drawn like a few poses I had in mind for my character. As you can see,
Yeah.
it's in the middle, and there are other boxes around there that I think could be useful elements that can be cut in between that animation as well. So I've also put that in there. But those are the important parts where I would include the number, and then for one scene it will be just the what's it called, a silhouette or object that I think best explains what the theme for that line of that verse would mean.
Hmm.
So the first one was regarding loneliness or weakness.
Okay,
So I had him posed in a bit more feeble position, almost
le-
like a baby.
so let's look at this. So basically, this is verse 1, right?
Yes,
Essentially.
verse 1 of 1. Yeah.
And then next day. This is what you mean by verse 2.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So
Because the
Uh,
second one is talking about future and stuff like that. Like now that things have happened, I feel like my future is a bit like already set out and not workable anymore. So that's why I had the idea of like a mirrored self where one is a bit more broken while the other one's more clear. So it's like trying to talk to your past self, and so
so
etc.
in
etc.
so in this case, like for the artist, they just need to draw this one. Essentially,
Yes.
just this one, and
Yeah.
then you'll mirror it yourself.
Yes.
Okay, so okay, that's out of the way. Just to clarify, okay, this is what you need.
Yeah, I mean the whole point of this discussion is so that the artist knows what they have to work on as
Yeah.
well.
So
yeah.
I have a question about this one. Verse 1:1. Is it the same one as the aggressive pose, or is it
It's
a new
very
one?
similar, actually.
It's
Now that I
an
look at it, but it's more of a calmer version of that aggressive pose.
okay. So that's
Maybe we can
another.
do variation.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's another one. Okay. And also a question for 2.1. This standing art here, is it the same as variation? I mean the first one, like this one.
It's actually the close-up shot of that scene.
Ah, okay. So
Right.
the
Yeah,
one,
I meant to mention.
Okay, so just to clarify, so this is the same guy.
Yes,
Okay,
all the same guy.
or the same art asset, I guess.
That'll be a bit different because the character will be facing from the back, and then his head is turned to the left.
Hmm.
While the one that we've drawn in Aggie.io is a bit more neutral.
Okay, so this is
For-
two separate art assets.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
They are silhouetted though in the story art. The front parts basically.
Okay.
They're all silhouettes
Okay.
ish.
Yeah. All right. I got it.
Mm.
Next is I think we're in the instrumental break already.
Yeah.
Okay, this is
So
it.
it's just the same police tape thing, but sliding to the left instead. There will definitely be something that's different from how it looks currently, but the whole point was to let you know that there shouldn't be any other assets needed besides the one shown
Mhm.
in that part.
Verse 1-3 then.
Yeah,
This is this one.
this one is the next line after this instrumental break. Yeah,
So under I am playing hide and seek from the sin I committed. You should all give up and shut up.
yes.
So what is this pose?
Um, Actually, this post was a bit very arbitrary,
Hmm.
but
So do you need a new art asset for this?
I think yeah, I do actually. But it's all silhouetted as mentioned. So instead of the full artwork, it would be like the outline or the silhouette of the person.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, but I need details, I guess, on what the pose will
yeah,
be. Okay.
the posts. I guess you can go back to aggie.io and let me draw it more clearly because I think it was a bit too hard to draw through there. But the okay verse
I'm gonna call this
one.
C1 and this is gonna be C2. Or this is
Yeah,
the
verse.
chorus part, but the verse 1-3 is
So verse 1 to 3, hide and seek. Should shut up. What was it called? You should all give up and shut up.
Hmm.
So I'm coming up a bit on the spot right now, but uh, and then like Charles maybe. Oh, angry
He's
feel
angry.
to it. Cause he is a bit angry and angry with how it was done. So
I'm angry, don't talk to me.
uh, oh, okay. I have an idea now. Let me erase this. Yeah, I wanted to have him so-called facing a wall.
Ah,
So
okay,
it's
okay.
like, so we
He's
have this character is
uh-huh.
facing a wall.
Uh-huh.
Hold on. So that's side. So this is the wall. It's a bit 3D-ish, but the whole point was to have one hand that has a fist is hitting the wall.
Ooh, I like this concept. I have not drawn this pose before and it's very shonen. I like that.
But the whole point was just like, let's say it's like after
Is it
a
like
bad
punching wall or like
yeah, punching the wall.
okay, I have an idea.
So he was like punching the wall, just like, damn it, why can't I do this, that kind of thing.
So I feel like this is like an extension of 1-2, verse 1-2, I feel like. Cuz
They
like
are all is like they're all the same they're all like different character concepts,
but it's
but done
still
through IOC.
is it still a silhouette like every verse?
It's still a silhouette, yes.
Okay. Yeah.
It will all be silhouettes only for the verse part. For the chorus, it will be full drawn art, yeah.
Okay. Okay, got it. Then let us proceed to the next one. Okay, verse 4. Character looking down, face. So this is a sequel from 1-3.
Wait a minute. Oh no.
Is this the same thing? I feel like it's the same thing. It's just like she's looking downwards.
Looking down and
So 1-3 is him
it's
just.
a bit of punching.
I feel like he is in 1-3. He feels like he's punching, but then in 1-4 he's just. I regret punching this wall.
You
that,
could say
that like that hurt, essentially.
Yeah. The
Okay.
whole point of 1-4 though is about the heartbreak.
Okay.
So I wanted something that shows that kind of sad heartbreak moment. So I thought it was the wall thing, but I guess I so happened to thought of the same thing for the both verses.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe a simple pose, maybe like a squatting down pose, like with
Oh my god,
hands.
like the Russian pose.
Uh, yeah, but like more of like squatting down and like crying to the oneself kind of thing.
Oh boy.
More, yeah, it's pretty sad and edgy, etc., etc.
Uh-huh.
I
Okay.
regret punching them.
Yeah. So it's okay. Okay.
Oh, no.
Let me just clarify again.
Let me
So
draw
so
it.
so 1-3 is basically this. I did that. 1-3 is that like that.
Yes.
1-4. Can you draw it somewhere?
Yeah. I'll draw it. Hold on. Why is it drawing white? Anyways. So cross down and then
Oh wow. The what's the? There's a word for this. The like baby in the womb pose thing. Fetal position. Fetal position. Yes.
a different feeder position. Oh no, it's going to one again. But okay, you get the idea. It's supposed to be squatting down and doing that pose.
So it's a squat. He's not sitting on anything.
He's not sitting, he's squatting down.
Okay, so
I
so it's gonna be the Russian pose, definitely.
Yeah, Russian pose. You could say that. Yeah.
Okay,
It could be a bit
I can draw that.
Yeah,
Then.
it could be a bit complicated, but it is a silhouette, so yeah. I hope that would make the job a bit easier. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's facing slightly southeast, right? Essentially
Yes.
southeast.
Yeah, diagonally down.
Got it. Okay. So all right. So that's 1-4. Okay. So that's
And
it for the
that's the
verses.
chorus.
Okay. I think
Yeah.
the next one is blood dripping, which
Yeah.
is I feel like you can do that.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
So
can.
that's the animator's job. It's not mine.
The whole point is that the wall that was made between the character, right, would actually so happen to be a shape that mimics a pointed triangle upside down, and it would be dripping like a silhouette of a blood down, and then a ripple comes out of it.
Okay.
It's a bit hard to explain, but that's the idea of it: is to have something drip off from the tip of the triangle.
All right. So I think that's actually everything. We already discussed the chorus and we discussed the verses. So let me just confirm the workload. So the first one is essentially this one, the neutral silhouette,
Mm-hmm.
from 2.1. The
Yes.
side grin silhouette from 2.2.
Yes.
The relaxed, defeat pose in verse 1-1.
Yes.
The touching of mirror in verse 1-2.
Yeah.
The I regret punching that wall in verse 1-3.
Yeah.
And then the fetal position of defeat in verse 1-4.
Small squatting.
Yeah, the squat here.
Yeah.
Essentially. And then for the chorus part, the pose is the average pose, which is a full artwork. I need a reference for your character art though, since this is not Milgram's.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not Milgram's costume.
Yeah, that's one of those questions that actually gets asked also often. So please do help your animators and
Yeah.
artists.
Guys, I still don't have a really good character reference document. So if you are in this community, please prepare your character reference document. It helps a lot for everyone. Yeah.
I left it in the chat if you actually want to show it in the stream, but that's if it's.
Okay, so maybe okay. I think we can wait. Let me just go. Did you share it? Oh, there it is. There it is. So this is your OC, and which outfit were you referring to? This one?
The one that's on the left.
This one?
On the first page.
Oh, the first page. Like the first one, the blue shirt.
Yes, the blue shirt.
Pants.
Pants is just typical
Brown.
black.
Black. Okay. Boots.
Black pants.
Boots.
Boots. Yes.
Okay.
Combat boots. I
I,
mean, there's more examples of how it looks
Hmm,
below, so you can
I see.
look at the other art. Yeah.
A man of culture. I see.
Ah, yeah. There's also a biography info if that's really important, but it's more for lore or fun facts per se.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love it. Okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, I have an idea. And then for last is the ego pose, so we'll go with the Milgram uh outfit. But since every outfit from the from the prisoners are kind of different, will you let me design it for you?
Yeah. Feel free to interpret it how you would see in my character.
Okay. Yeah, I think I can manage that. All right. Thank you. Okay, so that's we already so and then last is for background. So basically all you ask from me is the clouds and the
Yes.
cage.
And the cage, I think I can work out the cage myself. Yeah.
Oh, you think so?
But
Okay.
let's see what else. I think there were some mentions of maybe doing like glass bits or
Or did you mean I'm looking at the video right now. It what about these? The debris.
yeah, the debris. That's what I thought was gonna be glass. I
Okay.
could I could that's the other asset that I need, but I can also work that out myself.
Okay. So yeah, I'll focus more on the character art then mostly. Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay,
It
that's
won't
fine.
look exactly the same as it is on the video anyway, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so I'll leave it to you. All right, so I
Yes.
think we already established what we want to do for the entirety of the song. So we already know. So this is the agreement between me and Malcolm. So I know what to draw, and I think he knows what he is going to do in his video. And then I'll just give him the final stuff at the end, essentially. So at this point, we are already in the next step of the. Uh, so we're already
And
here.
video. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is deciding on the assets. So basically, I think we went through the process just a while ago. We need to
Yeah.
determine what does the artist need to do, does the animator need, uh, distribution of work. Like, okay, what do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? And if the animator can do it themselves, then okay, that's less work for me, so I can focus on my art instead. And then
So
yeah, so
this is also
oh,
adding on to one of the previous comments on being able to do what you promised. This is
yes,
why we would be best to talk to each other on what you can do and what you can't do. Be honest, and
yeah.
if you think you can try to work it out yourselves, then by all means go for it. But make sure that you do deliver what you can.
Yeah. So essentially, we'll probably be holding the part two of this in like 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks time, probably. We might have something
Well,
in between. So
yeah, well,
yeah, so I'm gonna have
the whole
to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
sorry. But the whole point of part two is to actually piece together what we just storyboarded, which is the chorus.
Hmm.
And that will also cover the basics of some important stuff that you usually work with in After Effects. But also like some simple tips like how to make a certain scene, like what I mentioned. Like I've mentioned that there's a lot of scenes that I could actually make out from my own.
Hmm.
So I can show you how it can work from the progress. How it can work from scratch. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. So like there are some things that animators can like do like by themselves without the help of the artist. But there are some that we can't do.
Yeah, and that is character art.
I mean, it depends, I guess. Some people are avatars in this community, I feel. Like,
Yes, yes,
oh
yes. There are
god.
people who can draw and animate, and these people are gods in a way. But regardless, they have the mind of like me and Kenta all together, and they have a lot of creative uh, freedom that
Yeah.
they can work.
Like it's really up to you. If you can set the deadlines and you can give this work and it's not so we've had the meeting right now about the storyboard, but the communication does not stop there. Feel free to ask us what the status is of stuff. I mean, that's part of the work. You're doing group work. Like, you can show them previews. You can show them, like, is this okay? Is this right? Because at the end of the day, I feel like we should all be happy with the output.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of this. So we're planning now, and I know it takes some time to plan, but in the end, I feel like everyone will. Okay, so that's
Mm.
essentially everything. So we've shared to you what we expect from an artist point of view and from an animator point of view, and how we do storyboarding, essentially, and what the expectations are. So we're now technically, if you guys have any questions, at least with the planning phase of the when animating a music video, or if you have had any issues so far, and what we would suggest that you feel free to ask us questions now. So we're gonna wait.
Or if you have a question that seems to be more unrelated, feel free to drop it in the link that's available on the description, and then we'll answer when the time comes.
Yeah, basically, it's that's the YT resources link thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I did not
So
check the description. What is under there?
subscribe to Youtaite resources to be notified when we stream and upload
Oh my
videos, etc.,
god.
etc. But basically, there's one line that says, "Send us your questions and we will answer on stream."
Okay, so yeah, basically,
Yeah.
what is the usual YouTuber spiel for this? And is that all?
Remember to like and subscribe. Check out my page. Okay, you get one.
And make sure to click the notification bell to get notified when we upload something new.
Right. Okay, so somebody posted a question about how two animators would
Hmm.
be distributed in terms of how they work.
Oh,
If
yes.
we go back to how the music is structured, we could distribute the work in terms of parts.
Okay, so
In two parts, yeah, it will be what will be shown on presentation. I hope
okay,
it's still delayed.
so here's the thing. So I've worked with Malcolm before in some videos, and essentially it's like how we did it was more of, so which part of the script do you want to work on? Essentially, right?
That's yeah.
So wait, can I show the uh so the one we let me just get the link to that. So we worked on one video in particular, and that was KDA, right?
I'll link it to the chat as well.
Yes, yes, please. Uh, okay, so we'll use this as an. Oh, I can't click. So let me just. So you guys already, I think, if you've seen the video before. So some of you are familiar with this one. So what we did was that for this video, I did the verse parts, and then Malcolm did the chorus parts. So the chorus parts are like this, and he did most of this, the movements and everything else. So depending on how you split things, we usually, like when we work with multiple animators, we like split the script. Like we like what parts are you more comfortable with, or what, like if you're like, I like animating verses more than the parts, but sometimes it's like the opposite. So and then someone has to be the one that puts everything together. So in this case it was me. So like you have the main animator, and by main animator that means you get the project file of the animator you're collaborating with, and then you put it in the animation. If their AE is not compatible with your AE, the only way you can put together videos, have them render it, and then you slap it onto yours. Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately, that's the only thing you can do. Like, if you're working with someone who uses Sony Vegas and you're using AE, that's probably the only thing you can.
Yeah, that's quite an issue. But that does bring up another point. What if you can tell that the animation style that me and Kenta has through the video is a bit varied and a
Hmm.
bit different.
Yeah, we are.
So in that case, like he mentioned, there will be still an main animator, but there will also be a secondary animator that would actually be the one that's uh, creating some assets and also animating some assets that will be used in the video. So in some cases, there will be an animator that solely does the puppeting,
Hmm.
and there could also be an animator that works on how the text appears, etc., etc.
Yeah. So you can actually render compositions, or you can save compositions as a AE file, and then we can just import them. So basically, your puppeting animations, we can copy it as is and use it in there.
Hmm.
So that's how we usually do it for multiple animators. Split the script, have someone put everything together, and then render it. That's generally what
Mm.
it's a lot of work. Well, not really a lot of work. It helps us reduce work, but it's also putting it together is another challenge.
Yeah.
Oh,
Regardless, is the whole point is to make sure that you can meet the deadline since a one-man show can sometimes take too long of a time.
I think so. Oh,
Yeah.
we got another question. Let's assume you make your character move, for example, jump, and you need multiple frames of them. Hmm. Oh, you mean like frame by frame animation?
Yeah, I believe they mean traditional
Oh,
animation. Yeah.
right. So, well, I mean, basically, we have to make the frames first. Like, I think it's we can't really do a shortcut with frame by frame unless we can draw ourselves,
Yeah.
right, Malcolm? It's like we need your frames.
Yeah,
If you're working, yeah.
I'm afraid it's a bit more of the artist side work.
It's
And in an actual setting, actually, when you're creating an anime, there will be one person named the key animator, and that will be the guy that was so-called animate how the bodies of the figure would move in that fashion. And then there will be another person who will help to line or at least fill up the details for sketch it into a bit more of a discernible character to work with. And then they'll start to disseminate to the rest of the animators that will be helping to line or and color the different frames of the full animation.
mm-hmm.
That's in a full studio fashion because after all they have a deadline to meet and it's a lot of frames of drawings to work with.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so that's how it would work in the animation industry. But there are some people who can just draw the animated stuff themselves. And if that's the case, if they do need help trying to figure out the animation, what I would suggest is that you try to take a video of yourself or a colleague to do that, how to say, action somehow. And then at least you can reference it because it is a pretty specific thing sometimes.
Yeah. So it definitely is more of like artists thing. So we can't as animators like there's a limitation to what we can do. Like puppeting, there's only so much you can do with puppeting that you can't do with like the
Without
like
making it too
yeah
weird, I think that's
yeah,
what
it's
you meant.
weird. It's so weird to see trying to puppet. Like you can tell it's puppeted. uh,
It could also come to a skill level of the animator as well. So yeah,
yeah.
regardless, yeah, that's how it could be worked with in terms of frame by frames. It's the same thing. It's draft first and then finalize it,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can finish it, and then you can pass it to the animator to work on it.
Yeah, it's definitely like it's a dependency thing. I don't think there's a shortcut for it, unfortunately. You really have to trust your art to get it done.
Yeah. Okay. I think we'll answer one last
One
question.
more, okay.
Do you have a strategy for animating parts where the script doesn't change for several times, like
Oh.
choruses where everyone's singing for the entire time?
Okay, so that's very dependent on the animator, I think. That is right. I think it's the way you move, like for this part. Like when you storyboard this part, I don't think it's you script the exact motions, right, Malcolm? You just make it move.
Yeah, just make it move. But you can replace some parts of the art for different choruses, and in that case, you can't use the composition as it is. You have to duplicate it and then work off from that duplicate of the same composition.
There's an example
Oh.
here. Actually, this one, this part, the ending chorus part, I did that myself. Like I basically modified his part so we can like it's the same movements, but there's a variation where we use the alternate art, and I did that part. So it's like it's basically your your style as an animator. I think
Yeah,
it's really dependent. The strategy there is just be yourself. Like what do you think looks there is no step by step for this. It's it's like your animator sense, I guess. Like what do you think looks good?
it's a lot of experience too. So don't feel free to you know, reference or learn from the others. You know,
Like you can use
because
panning, right?
yeah,
Simple panning
can
is
use
fine.
you can change up how the panning works in the second chorus. You can add more characters to the final chorus instead of having just specific characters in the other choruses.
hmm
That's how I would work with.
hmm Or let's bring back anime nameplates. Make that
Yeah, animate nameplates.
animated nameplates again. Like there's so many ways. So this actually tests your creativity. And so like if you have an interesting idea, you can use audio waveforms, you can use presets, you can use motion, bro. If you want to, no one's stopping you from using whatever you want. Just how you feel it's good, and you learn from it after. Yeah.
I see. Yeah, but I think that about covers all the questions we have. If you do have more, like I mentioned, click on the link that is on the description, and then we'll answer it in the future stream.
So again, for the future stream, what we'll be doing is that Malcolm will be the host. So Malcolm will be the host, and he will be doing the animation based on the artwork that I did from the storyboard that we decided right now. Uh, he's going to put it together, and he's going to give you tips on how to optimize your way to making your music. So I hope you attend that future stream. We'll definitely please keep tabs on the Youtaite Resources Twitter. I guess you already know where that is. So if there's nothing else, I think we can already end this stream. So I'd like to thank everyone for attending the first part of animating a music video. I know it's not as interesting right now, but the planning phase is just as important as the one making. Like we can't stress that enough.
Yeah, it's really important that you have everything planned and make sure everything's going through as the plan was made.
Yeah, so I will get this done for Malcolm, definitely. So it's okay. It gives me an excuse to open my CSP more because I've been drawing too many backgrounds lately. I need to draw people.
Right.
Let me draw people. Let me draw handsome man again. pretty much.
All right.
Mhm.
Thank you
Okay.
for watching the stream.
Yeah.
Hope you guys take care.
Mhm.
Have a good
So
morning.
please
And
follow at YT_resources on Twitter for more announcements for this stream, and we will show you the many ways which make everything. So artists and animators out there listening right now, communicate, please. Really, like, please
talk.
talk. Like, dude, we make you can make friends that way. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great way to collaborate, and it motivates both of us, like as creative people, just to make something pretty.
Also, just one last thing. Just remember, this is how we would
Mhm.
approach a music video. It's actually limitless in how one person can finish up a music video.
Yeah.
But this really helps to make the collaboration a lot more easier and clearer.
And more fun, I think, because like we get to talk
Yeah,
about
more
whatever
fun.
stuff, and maybe we can actually bounce ideas off each other too. That's why,
Yeah.
like the whole thing about verse 1-3 and punching, that was an idea bounce off. So like, just
It's a
have
very
fun, guys. Guys, you're not getting paid for this. Just make it fun for you. Okay? Just go be creative. Get us more original content out there, guys. We would appreciate it. Right.
okay.
Any
All right. I
last
think
words
we held
for
the
you?
stream too long. Let's
Okay,
just
yeah. Okay, so
yeah.
thanks for attending. And yeah, so see you around in part 2. Bye
See
guys.
you. Take care.
Bye.